picture.
Okay, so go with me on this. Here's what I'm thinking. Someone gives us an idea about this time that this happened, and let's literally act it out. Let's get right in that moment and experience the emotions, the thoughts, the feelings that were going through you. I want to take us back right to that moment. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so anyone have an example for us where that has happened recently?
Yeah. When Dad decided to leave his job.
Ugh, that was a real doozy.
That was a doozy. Perfect. Okay, let's take the doozy. Let's do that one. So, let's see. I want to, Lester, let's have you be our director.
Director?
Director, yeah. Like I want, just like in a movie scene, I want to get back to that moment. I want you to literally place the two girls in your life. I want you to place Carolyn and Janie right where they were when you told them that you made this decision to leave your job. So I think we talked about before, you're at the dining room table, right?
Yep.
Perfect, we got a table. Let's start with Carolyn. Can you show us how Carolyn looked? Where was she sitting?
She was at the head of the table.
Okay, perfect. So you're at the head of the table, you're Carolyn.
Yep.
What did it look like?
Well, I told her she was mad, so she was sitting very rigid, very angry look on her face, and very exacerbated. So very...
Eyebrows furrowed.
almost as if she was looking down on me, or at least attempting to.
Okay, all right, interesting. So looking down on you, you're leaning forward. Is that exactly how she was, like that?
Yep.
And you said rigid almost?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good. All right, I think we have a clear picture of what she looked like. So, Carolyn, do you want to now get into your place there at the head of the table? We're right back at that moment when Lester came home and said that he quit his job. So, try to copy where Lester just put you.
I might have looked like this, but... Oh, sorry.
That's all right. So your eyebrows are straight. Lester, you went like this to her. Does that mean her eyebrows need to be okay? And you're leaning forward. And so in this moment, what are you experiencing now?
I'm pissed off. I'm annoyed that he thinks that I look like this all the time.
Yeah. And what was it like in that moment? You're pissed off, and what are you pissed off about?
I'm pissed off that he thinks that he could take control of the family and that I'm losing control. It's been my role for a very long time and I don't want to lose it.
What's the role?
That I make the decisions, that I'm the head of the family. Yes. And he's taking it away without even talking to me about it.
I can feel how pissed off you are. It's almost radiating off you, right? So you're angry. Anything else? Any other emotions going on for you right in this moment? No. Okay. All right, good. So you're placed exactly like he placed you. Eyebrows furrowed. Stay just like that, okay? Lester, director. Now let's go to Janie here. Where was she?
She didn't really say much or do much. That's pretty much how Janie is all the time. She was sitting slightly away from the table, hunched over with her arms crossed and kind of looking in and not really looking. Just kind of like she always sits.
She's a little hunched over, it looks like. And body almost like she doesn't want to be involved in what's going on or something. Okay, and is this her chair or is that her chair? Where was she?
Where she is where it is.
That's where she was. Okay. So, Janie, can you kind of do what your dad's doing there, what you were looking like?
Yeah.
And does that seem, I know you can't see me, I'll come over here. Does this seem to be about right for where you were at that moment?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. And Lester, you said she is kind of looking over her shoulder?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
But not fully involved.
Not fully involved. And so I'm going to ask you the same question I asked your mom. So in this moment, you're at the table with your parents. Dad just said he quit his job. What are you experiencing right now?
I want to leave the table.
So you physically wanted to walk away from the table. And do you know what's keeping you at the table?
Well, I want to see what happens.
So you're interested in seeing what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, last but not least, Lester, let's see where you...
I sat on the opposite side of the table. After I told her, I guess I would be sitting, I felt triumphant in a way and relieved because I finally made a big step.
Okay.
But at the same time, I should be able to do such a thing without getting the reaction from these two. So I was pretty pissed off at the same time.
Okay. So you were pissed off, but also feeling a little, was triumphant the word you used?
Yeah, like almost relieved. Like
Okay.
for the first time I had taken some control of my own life.
Okay. So show us what that looked like in your face then. You're a little relieved.
I remember sitting across from her and having her come and let me, so I kind of almost sat further up and was kind of giving it back to her for the first time.
So it's almost this power struggle right across the table then. Okay, so you're leaning forward.
Yep.
And what's your face look like?
I just remember she always gives these looks with her eyes, so I almost remember just kind of trying to give it back and angry.
Okay, show us. Literally put it on. Okay. All right. So here's the scene, right? This is what happened. Dad came home, said he lost his job. Mom she's telling us she's pissed off. Janie literally wants to leave the table. She's turned away, doesn't want to be involved in this. You're feeling a little triumphant because you've made this decision. Also angry and upset at their reactions. Is that right?
Yep.
I just want to be clear. Okay. So, I want to share what I'm experiencing this moment. It's not a good feeling, right? Doesn't look collaborative to me. I know this is new for the family. It seems like there's not good emotions going on. What if we change this picture?
Sure. I'm all for change.
Anything's better than this.
I don't want to keep eating dinner like this anymore.
Who wants to eat dinner like this, right? Okay, so I know this is all said and done. It's in the past, right? This happened. But if we could take this and do something new with it right now, I think that could get us started on some progress for future stuff.
Okay.
Okay, so director, again, I'm going to come at you. You did such a good job showing us what it looked like. I want you to now place Carolyn and Janie and talk to us about what you would like it to look like. Take a second if you need to. When you come home and you tell them you've made this big decision, what would it look like in an ideal situation if you could sculpt this differently?
Well, for Carolyn, I don't expect miracles. Obviously, the step to make a decision wouldn't be something that she would be overwhelmingly happy with. So, but at least I would like her to have more surprise than direct negativity the second she hears that I've taken a bit of control back. So, if I were to put her in her place, I'd have her probably sit back and maybe relax a little bit, but kind of have a surprised face. You know what I mean? Like more shocked than anything, but sort of willing to hear it instead of just automatically reacting and thinking that I'm an idiot for making decisions my whole life.
So more surprise, less intense anger.
Yeah, so instead of like bald fist, more like kind of open palms, surprised about everything.
Do you hear what he's saying, Carolyn, about, it sounds to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, Lester, it sounds to me like you aren't expecting a miracle. You're expecting a little something more realistic.
Have you met my wife? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little humor, right? Okay. Okay, so help us place Carolyn to be a little more relaxed.
A little more, a little looser in the face, a little bit of surprise on her face, and maybe think about it before actually reacting. So even that's better than what it was before.
I can see you're really trying here, Carolyn. That's good. Okay. Good. So anything you want, she's trying to get what you're saying, right? I see she's working to look how you want her to look.
But every
help her out
time,
if you need to.
I'd like her to keep her hands separate, because every time she's mad, she automatically clenches them together before. So even if you watch, it's hard for her to keep them apart.
Oh, okay. So that's kind of like a body language thing. You know Carolyn's upset. Is that right? Did you do that when you're
Yeah.
angry?
I definitely use my hands when I'm angry and
All right.
yelling and
All right, so for our new picture, hands apart. Can you do that?
hands apart,
Hands apart.
shoulders back, hands apart.
This is better at least.
Good, this seems
Okay.
better. I feel better. Okay. All right, Carolyn, you stay like that, and then let's see how you want Janie to look in this new picture.
I guess, I mean, for her, I would like her to look more involved. So,
Okay.
more facing towards the table. Not with her arms crossed like she always is. Maybe to sit up a little more straight instead of kind of hunched over. And to have some emotion on her face. I know she's a teenage girl, but the fact that it's always just kind of eye rolling of that would be maybe even like a soft smile or something of that nature.
That's a good smile. Janie, does that feel comfortable?
Yeah,
Well, all right.
a little.
Lester, is that what you're thinking?
Yeah,
That it's kind of
that's
soft smile?
At least she's at the table now.
Good. So body's turned towards the table. And then, perfect. Lester, what are you going to look like in this picture?
I mean, I'd like to be able to be more relaxed instead of feeling the need to defend myself the second I say something. Because I just did make this big life decision, and whether or not they are happy with it, they should feel some sort. I feel it should feel some sort of support. So
Okay.
I would like to be able to tell them without having to feel as though I have to push myself forward.
Okay. You looking just like that?
Yeah, or relaxed or something.
Relaxed?
Maybe with a drink in hand.
Maybe with a drink in hand, okay. All right. What's your drink of choice?
Beer.
Beer. All right. Beer in hand. You're sitting back. You're relaxed. Okay. So now this is open to the audience. Anyone want to change anything about this picture here? Feels okay for everyone right now?
Yeah.
Feels better, feels more relaxed.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
I have an idea. I would like to see, it seems like there's still this distance here. This is a big table, right? So you have a long dining room table. I would actually like to take our good sport, our director here, and actually move you to the chair next to Carolyn.
Okay.
Okay? Good. Okay.
How's that?
Good. You feel okay here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess so.
Okay. So, what I want to do now is just to close up, I want to hear Lester tell us what he needs in this family in regards to the situation we've been working on here with these decisions.
Tell her or tell you?
Well, let's use the whole family here for right now. So, what do you need when it comes to decisions that we've been talking about?
I need to be able to make my own decisions. I need to be able to have